So back and neck pain, it's really common, isn't it? Especially for people of our age. And often you hear about women who are talking about that's normal and that's common.
It's acceptable.
And it's all okay, and yet it's not, is it?
There's things you can do about it, and just being mindful of standing up straight. You know, I read somewhere about just making sure you just take a deep breath and just pull your shoulders up and back, and gosh, it makes a difference. I don't know how many times you need to do things till it becomes a habit, but it's a really nice thing to get into doing. And the same with I don't know, you don't do much knitting or sewing, do you?
No, I don't, but I do a lot of reading and a lot of computer and iPad stuff.
I just know that when I've been hunched over the sewing machine and you're so intent on getting on the line or whatever, that when your back just aches and you just want to stand up and arch over and straighten up because
Make it nice and tall. You know, one thing I've heard that you can get is a neck brace that you can actually use.
Soft collar, for
soft.
goodness.
Yes, well, it's a soft. It's not a great big hard one. It's a soft one.
It's not as if you have to wander around the house in it. You just pop it on when you're going to do some sewing or if you're going to sit a knitting of a night time. I think you're sitting in a comfy chair, and I think that's when your posture goes down and head goes down and you're watching and looking at the TV. It's really not conducive to not a good posture. So
you think about the strain that you're putting on your neck when you pick up knitting needles, and when you start sewing, you don't even think about that. That doesn't enter your head, and yet by the end of it, it's really, you're sore.
I possibly feel it far more when I'm sewing, because I sit at the sewing machine much longer than I would sit at knitting. Well, I don't knit that much because my hands hurt. But when I did, I probably wasn't aware. I might sit and just knit and look around, so it's not as intense as.
And so you could just put it on, couldn't you? And to protect it, of course, in the beginning, but also if it starts to hurt, that's going to remind you to use it. So that's quite it's a good thing to have. And it might be something that you might just use at home.
Privacy of our own home.
Privacy.
Well, I think that sounds like a great idea, because it's keeping yourself, in a proper alignment that stops the pain. And it's as you said before, we sort of accept that our range of movement isn't such, but if we pushed ourselves a bit more, we'd find our range of movement's far better than we thought.
That is really the big one, is the actual pushing, and you think you can't do it, but if you just do it a little bit, then you realise maybe I can, and maybe I can a bit more. I don't know, but I'm going to try, and that's really a big one.
For sure.
Yeah.